This video is sponsored by Eucalan, the wool soap that I use in both my business and for the knits that I knit for myself and my family. This is a no-rinse wool wash. They've been in business for 25 years. This is the wool wash that I really use. I love it. I want to get some of this copyright here, correct here. Non-toxic solution is formulated without petrochemicals, bleach, or optical brighteners, making it safe and gentle for your most luxurious fibers and heirloom knits. It's also just a good delicate fabric wash because it's no rinse. Anyway, they have 5 different scents. There's unscented and lavender and eucalyptus and jasmine called Rapture. And what did I miss? Eucalyptus, lavender, grapefruit. I think I got all of them. Anyway, they have a lot of different sizes, and if you're knitting gifts for people, they do have these little bottles like this, including little or little packets that are kind of a single serve of the wool soap. It's a great idea to get these and include them in gifts that you're giving, hand knit gifts that you're giving that will let people care for the things you've knit properly. Anyway, many thanks to Eucalan for sponsoring this video. In this video, I'm going to show you the technique that I use for getting really good tension between knit and purl stitches. And I've covered this technique in a few different tutorials that I've done, but I wanted to pull it out and have it as a separate video because I do get this question all the time from people, and it comes up in the podcast all the time. And the reason that it's come up more recently is because I knit this scarf. This scarf is from June Cashmere, and it's called His or Her Scarf. And I knit this, and it's a really simple pattern. But when you look at it close up, you can see that there's really good stitch definition, mainly because it's cashmere, but also because of this little technique that I use to make sure that the tension between knit and purl stitches is the same as it is between 2 knit stitches or 2 purl stitches. And well, we can get right into it and take a close-up look at the scarf as well. So this is the stitch pattern in the scarf. You can see it's just a really simple, well, I mean, it's a simple because it's just knit and purl stitches. There's no cabling or anything else going on, but it makes this really pretty design. And so the key to this is to use a beautiful yarn like June Cashmere or to really watch your tension on the whole thing. So this is what I'm going to show you. This is what I'm going to demonstrate. This is exactly what I do. I have these 2 samples here. On this first one, I did not do the technique, and on the second one I did, and there is a dramatic length difference between the 2. The one where I didn't do the technique is about 1 inch longer, and granted I'm using pretty bulky yarn with this, but if you take a close-up, let me make sure I've got this right. I'm not doing one side. I think I was. Is that the same? Yes. You take a close-up look. No, that's the same. You take a close-up look at the 2, and overall they look the same. I mean, there isn't really enough of this pattern going that you can really tell what the pattern's going to look like. But when you start looking at individual stitches, especially where it changes from knits to purls, you'll see that there are tension differences. This is just a tidier piece. You can, like right here, these stitches, yeah. These stitches are all kind of wonky right here. These look better. And then we move across. These look pretty wonky while these look better. These all look pretty wonky and these look better. So that's the difference. It's a really simple thing, so it's worth showing you. Information about the pattern and the scarf and the yarn and everything will be in the video description field and on my website. So here's the technique. I have, actually this pattern calls for me to slip the first. Why don't I look at the pattern and figure this out? Okay. This is one of those patterns that has you slipping the edge stitch, which is fine, but someone's going to ask. I don't ever slip unless the pattern tells me to. Okay. Now, I'm going to knit 3, purl 3 twice, and as part of this pattern, and you're going to see the technique here. Knit 3, and then I yarn forward to purl that stitch, and then this is where you can even see the way that this purl stitch is distancing itself from the knit stitch. The act of yarning forward for this purl stitch creates a drag on the working yarn between these two stitches, and that's where the looseness comes in. So after you work that purl stitch, yarn back again and tug. That's going to eliminate the drag, and now you see the stitches are all consistent and the last stitch is as close as the others. And so I'll purl the next two, yarn back to knit 3. We don't have the problem switching from purl to knit. It's just switching from knit to purl is where I use this technique. Yarn forward to purl 1, and then to eliminate the drag, yarn back and tug. Do you see how much slack that picked up? And then work the rest of my purl stitches. Knit 3. I'm not sure I'm following the pattern anymore. I'm demonstrating the technique more than I'm following the pattern. So I switch to purl, yarn back, tug, yarn forward, complete the rest of the purl stitches. And that's the technique. I don't use it, I don't find it necessary to use it, definitely if I'm working 1 by 1 rib, if I'm switching every other stitch between knit and purl stitches. And I don't even really do it if I'm working 2 by 2 rib, just because I'm going to be yarning back to knit again just with 1 more stitch. But when I have a length of 3 purl stitches or more, that's when this technique really makes a difference. And you can also experiment with it, use it or not use it if you're, just be consistent throughout the piece if you decide to use it or not. Anyway, I hope that answers people's questions. And all the information about everything you see in the video will be in the video description field as well as on my website. Good luck.